The greatest transformations don't happen in isolation as lone wolves. They happen through connection, through co creation, through shared evolution, collaboration, alignment. All of those things force us to become the greater version of ourselves. What if success isn't just about personal achievement, but it's about stepping into the bigger field of collective energy? This is the principle of symbiotic transcendence. It's the seventh of the seven Aeonic principles. And in this video, I'll show you why the future belongs to those who rise together. It's really idea of not struggling in isolation. It's really being able to connect with a network of people, ideas, and energy that elevates the collective around us. Hi, I'm Jeff Howell, the creator of Epic Mind Visions, where I love to explore timeless wisdom and future insights to help unlock our future potentials or our full potentials. Today, diving into the principle of symbiotic transcendence. It's the principle that teaches us that the highest level of evolution isn't achieved alone. It's reached through deep synergistic connections with those around us, whether that be in business, leadership, or just our own personal transformation. Those who embrace symbiotic growth move further, faster, and with greater impact than anyone who ever tried to do it alone. By the end of this video, you'll understand why the key to exponential transformation is in finding the right networks, the right collaborations, and the right energetic alignments, and how to actively cultivate those connections in your life to reach your highest potential. I know for me, I was a lone wolf for decades, and it seemed like I never experienced the level of success that I had imagined was possible for myself because I always got connected to the wrong people. It was the wrong idea. It was the wrong time. There's always something wrong with the situation, and because there wasn't that alignment and there wasn't that collective resonance around it, I often gave up because I didn't see the path forward. I didn't see the future forward. It wasn't motivating enough for me to continue down the path to actually achieve the success that I know is possible for myself. So symbiotic transformation is really the realization that your growth is amplified by those who you surround yourself in every moment. The most powerful transformations happen when individuals align with purpose. They are, elevate each other and create something greater than the sum of their parts. And here's how it works. It's really, if you think about it in terms of like nature, ecosystems, everything from ecosystems to quantum fields thrive on interconnected synergy. Evolutionary leaps happen not in some tight ball of isolation, but when energy, resources, and ideas all come together and co-create magic together, create the ability to amplify and magnetize the actions and gifts of the individuals within that collective. The highest performing businesses, teams, movements, and all of those collective energies succeed because of shared vision, because of alignment, because of co-creation. And this isn't just some abstract concept. There's science that backs it up. Biological symbiosis. Nature shows us how species thrive through mutual relationships with each other, from ecosystems all the way to our microbiome. Mirror neurons and collective intelligence allow humans to elevate or limit each other's potential based on what energy they're sharing and what intention they're sharing. Network theory is the idea that most innovative and successful individuals aren't the smartest, but they're the most interconnected. They're the best connected. So your network is your net worth, right? In Silicon Valley, for example, they have a massive startup ecosystem, as they do now here in Austin as well. And no company really succeeds alone. Innovation requires mentorship, investment, collaborative intelligence. You have companies that merge and buy each other's technology so that they can get that amplified version of putting things together in collaboration and co-creation. I'm very familiar with mastermind groups and higher level networks and coaching programs. It's just a constant for me to consistently reach out, consistently attend these events so that I can get the value of the collective resonance, of the collective vision, information, energy. It all is really built around actively seeking out and engaging with these like-minded people so that I can get that confirmation in my reality that others are doing this so I can too. And then meeting people that I could potentially partner with, learning about how they do things, new ideas, etc. So, in business and entrepreneurship in particular, collaboration really is a driver for market disruption because disruptive businesses and movements are created through these partnerships, through these ecosystems, and through these network effects. A key question here is really asking yourself, are you building your business or your network in isolation, or are you tapping into this larger field of energy and influence that I'm talking about here? Many companies are out there being more collaborative, co-creating, as I mentioned before. It just accelerates growth. And leadership, the shift from the hierarchical power structures to networked influence, where leaders operate from not control and isolation, which limits their potential, but who tap into the collective intelligence of their teams to create exponential impact, create culture that motivates and excites everyone on the team to reach their highest potential, give their best to the company, and thrive together. A key question in leadership is to ask, are you leading as a lone wolf, or are you orchestrating a movement? Are you orchestrating a movement among your team, your key players, so that you can move forward? So many amazing leaders out there who don't micromanage their teams. They build ecosystems of empowered leaders within their teams. This is the key, is to empower your team to really co-create these solutions that we're looking for. Innovate, right? From a personal growth standpoint, our environment, the environment that we choose to surround ourselves with, is the one that shapes our or limits our it shapes our evolution, but it can also limit it or expand it. It can limit or amplify it. So who you surround yourself with determines the trajectory of your success, of your beliefs, of your opportunities. The key question here is really to ask yourself, is your environment expanding you, or is it keeping you small? Are you playing small in the environment that you've created for yourself, who you surround yourself with, or is it expanding you beyond your limitations that are currently holding you back? The old saying goes, you become the average of the five people you spend the most time with. Take that to heart. Like, look around you. Like, who are those five people? Who are the five people who you spend the most time with? This can be really revealing in what you've done so far in your life and what's possible for you, because those people might not be the people who are going to get you to where you want to go, even if they got you to where you are. So, in understanding this principle of symbiotic transcendence, let's talk about how to activate it a little bit more powerfully in our lives and our business. The first way is to seek out and engage with these higher frequency networks. Find environments where collaboration, vision, and synergy are all just the ways of being of the people who are involved. Masterminds are a great way to do this. They're generally high level people who invest in themselves to join a group of higher level people in their industry. They travel to these places. They're investing in themselves at a high level. Generally, people who have the confidence to invest in themselves are the ones that are more expansive and collaborative and moving past their own self-imposed limitations. And that's one of the reasons why they're there. I know that's why I get in those rooms. Identify a few of those communities that might be the most relevant for you and your path forward, and start participating, engage with them, and let them help you. Let the collective help you elevate your thinking and elevate your growth. And then really dropping into the mindset of collaborating instead of competing. I think a lot of people default to competition. It's like I don't do that necessarily. I didn't grow up in a highly competitive environment, so I don't have that as my default. I compete against myself because I want to become better, but I don't naturally gravitate towards the competition model. I gravitate towards collaboration, sometimes to my peril and detriment because I'm too trusting. I put too much emphasis on just getting a collaboration going without having the discernment. I'm learning as I go, as I make mistakes. Mistakes are just part of the game. But the old models, I think, are really about this competition and like dominating the other person and winning and never lose a negotiation and all of that. It's like, well, what about collaboration? Let's find a way for everybody to win. That's co-creation. That's the new model. It's co-creation. How can we both win? I don't have to get the best of you. I want to get the best of you from a highest potential standpoint, but I don't want to get the best of you from a sense that I'm taking advantage of you. That's just not an equal exchange. It becomes more transactional instead of transformational. Which is going to hold back the ability to move things forward. Deals are going to crash and burn. Relationships are going to crash and burn. It's just not a good way to really do business these days. So instead of seeing others in your industry as competitors or potential partners or whatever, as like you're competing in the offer or the deal, find ways to build mutual value together. Become a value amplifier, which is kind of the next idea here, is to co-create with them to amplify any value that you could have created on your own. The most connected people, the most sought after people, are the people who bring value. If you create value, people will find you because they want that value. And it's more rare than you'd like to admit in entrepreneurship and in the world in general. It's like people are take, take, take. They don't want to give, 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 and create that level of value at a high level. So every time you get exposed to a new network and new spaces, always think about how you can contribute at a higher level. How can you help elevate the people around you, the people in that group? And you'll find that your network and everything about you is going to change in real time because you're going to co-create. And then finally, eliminate low vibration connections. This process that we're talking about is going to expose any of these other people in your life that are low vibration connections, the ones that are not serving you. It's going to serve as a mirror reflection back to you about how you've been showing up in the world and about what kinds of relationships and opportunities you've created. Perhaps you're trapped in a relationship because you have a business opportunity or a business relationship with somebody, things like that. But when you think about it in these terms, you're going to start building more courage, more resilience, and more discernment in who you do business with in the future. And this is about amplifying your network, right? So if you find that a relationship or connection is draining or limiting to you, draining your energy, I mean, it's holding you back in your evolution, you've got to cut that cord. You've got to move forward. It's just necessary to get to the next levels of where you want to be. You can't stay stuck just because you're attached to somebody else or some business idea. You got to rip off the band-aid and move forward. So take a real broad view of your network and the people who you're involved with, and do an audit and start to recognize who aligns with your growth, your purpose, your expansion, and who doesn't, and take the action needed to remove those people and up level. So really, symbiotic transcendence is really the idea that the future belongs to those who understand that success isn't about going it alone. It's not about lone wolfing. It's about aligning with the right energy, the people, the ecosystems that are going to amplify all the actions that you take and make that amplified effect of everybody's individual actions to create something bigger and better. When you step into this symbiotic transcendence, you create not only personal transformation for yourself, but you create a movement that elevates everyone around you. If this idea resonates with you, like, comment, subscribe. I'd love to have you join me on this journey and spread this message to more people. And here's a question I'll leave you with. Who is someone in your life that has amplified your growth just by being in your life, in your energy, and co-creating with you? If you want to share that in the comments, we'd appreciate that. Until next time, remember, true evolution isn't an individual, it's a collective effort. And aligning yourself with the future will allow you to transcend into it.